Hey guys, how's it going? Zeek here. In today's video, we're going to build a rig together for the Canon EOS M. Fantastic camera, and with this rig, it's pretty much going to be permanent on this camera because it just works so well. It's compact, it's light, you can fit so many things on the sides. And the way that I build this rig, I don't think it's too conspicuous. You're not going to, gather a lot of attention, hopefully. And like I said, it just works really well and gets the job done. So the first things you might want to consider is getting one of these screws. This is like a mini flathead Phillips screw. You can put in your pocket, it's absolutely tiny, you can carry it around. And then this Allen key kit. This thing comes in really handy. It's got different sizes of Allen keys. Chuck it in the bag and you're good to go. Now the first thing you need is a cage for the Canon EOS M. This thing cost me 80 to 100 bucks off eBay. They're probably cheaper now. And on the back I've fitted a hex socket. So what you're going to do is pretty much just place the EOS M inside there and then find the right Allen key for the job and then just lock it in place. Now when you're screwing it in, you want it to be as tight as possible, otherwise you're going to get these tiny movements when you're hand holding it and it's going to feel a bit wobbly and cheap. So you want to make sure that the screw is nice and tight. And there you go. Step number 2 is to attach this Smallrig Hotshoe mount, and this will go on the side of the Canon EOS M. So what you can do is pretty much screw it in with your fingers first until it gets a bit more tight. Once it's in enough, you can get the mini Phillips screw and just lock it into place. Placing it on the flat bench will definitely help. And there you go, it's right on the side. Now with this side attachment, you can attach microphones, you can attach lighting. There's so much you can do with this option. So the benefits of having a side Hotshoe mount is that it frees the top space. So if you're using a monitor on the top, where are you going to put the microphone? So this side Hotshoe mount provides an extra space for microphones, lighting, pretty much anything you want to use. What I do with this Hotshoe is I pretty much attach my wireless lavalier systems. And man, these things work really great for the price. I think this cost me around 90 bucks. So I'll just hook up this lav system and then I coil the wire around to make it shorter. And then I pretty much just plug it into the 3.5mm jack. And there you go, you've got that system going. And over here's the transmitter. I've got the Sony ECM-CS3 Lav mic. It works fantastic. It cost me $30 from Japan. Now you can clip this to your pocket or to your neck strap or wherever you want, and you're gonna get pretty good audio for the price. Now after that's done, the next step is to get one of these. It's a monitor mount and you can flex up and down. You can tighten it depending on how much strength you want. And I've got to say, this is probably the best one I've purchased for the price. This cost me $18 in comparison to this Smallrig one, which cost me 50 bucks. Now with the Smallrig adapter, it's a bit more difficult. You have to bolt 2 screws onto the 1/4" sockets, and sometimes they loosen themselves after mounting different monitors. So that's a bit of a hassle. So with this one, it's as simple as just putting it into the Hotshoe and then tightening the lock mechanism. So looking at it now, so far so good. Let's go ahead and place a monitor on top. Now the monitor that I use for the Canon EOS M is the FEELWORLD F6 Plus. I've used it for a while now and I can definitely recommend this one. It's pretty much like any monitor, you got the false colors and all that focus peaking and stuff. The screen provides a lot of clarity. It's extremely sharp, especially on my Sony. It has an SD card slot if you want to input LUTs for your other cameras. And I especially love how it has the HDMI in and out on the side. My previous FEELWORLD monitor had it on the bottom, so I would have a lot of hassle, getting cables through and that would bend and break. So with this one, you want to make sure that you're locking into place really tight so you get no movement and no play when you're moving around with the EOS M. So there you go guys, this is pretty much what my rig looks like. If you're behind the camera, what you can do is just loosen the screw and then switch it around to the back and then use it that way. I'm also addicted to using Nikkor lenses. These lenses are fantastic, man, with the color rendition and all that stuff. So I'll attach that to my Metabone speed booster. And then you're all set to go. Like I said, fantastic rig. You got your audio over here. You have the monitor on top. You also have an extra 1/4" screw thread, which you can attach, light adapters or a microphone on top. And then you can get good exposure at nighttime. Now, if you don't want this microphone on the side, what you can do is attach a handle grip, and then that can be used to help stabilize your footage. And it's got heaps of sockets where you can attach extra pieces of equipment. Alright, now I think it's time to finally test out this rig, so let's go on and head outside. Alright, so I'm using the Boya BYW-M4 Mark II, and I'm using the Canon EOS M RAW with Magic Lantern, the Metabone speed booster, and the Nikkor 50mm f2 lens AI. And this is pretty much what you're getting out of this setup. It's a fantastic camera, and this rig I have here is what I'm going to use for a really long time because I just think it's absolutely perfect, and it just feels really good when I'm taking it out in the field. this build pretty much has everything you need. You know, you've got the audio covered, you've got the monitor so you can see yourself. It acts as a flip out screen, you know, you can see it from behind or you can see it when you're in front of the camera. It's just a perfect setup in my opinion. Alright guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you got something out of this. This is going to be my permanent rig for the EOS M until I find something better. But for now, I think this is a really sick rig. It's got the monitor, you've got the audio covered, you can attach lighting on the top. There's just so many ways to enhance this camera, and this is the way I go about it. So as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.